Okay, today we're talking about how to find equivalent fractions, whether with a number line or without a number line. So for instance, if I give you the number 1/2, we know we can find an equivalent fraction of 1/2 by doubling the numerator and the denominator, yes? So what could 1/2 also equal?
2/4.
It could equal 2/4. Now, does the same work if we double that?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay, so if we doubled that, what would be another equivalent fraction of 1/2?
4/8.
4/8, that's right. Now, here's the trick. Do you know how you can tell if a fraction actually equals a half? I'll tell you. If the numerator is half of the denominator, the fraction is 1/2. And I'll show you what that looks like. So for instance, if I drew a circle and I divide it into half, and then I color in 1/2, booyah, that's what it looks like. Now, if I need to turn it into 2/4, well, we know that the denominator shows how many parts there are altogether. So let me divide this into fourths. Oh, yes, now it's 2/4, but it's still what? 1/2. Okay. What if I divided it into 4/8? Okay, let me try that. Oh, there's 4/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it still equals 1/2. Okay, let's keep going. What if it was 8/16? So I'm going to go here and draw this little line. Little line, little line, little line. Bear with me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's still
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry.
That's 8.
Yeah, still equals 1/2. Okay, now, here's the tough part. Doubling a fraction is easy. Okay, wait a minute. First, before we move on, if we say had 1/3 and we doubled that, it would be what? 2/6. That's right. Okay? It looks a little bit different with odd numbers. All right, what if I had 1/5? What's an equivalent fraction?
2 tenths.
2/10. That's right. Okay? What if it was 3/7?
Oh,
Yep. 6/14. That's right. Now, here's the tough part. What I was going to get to next. Ooh, that's really dirty. What I was going to get to next is, what if we already have a larger fraction, or at least a fraction with a larger number, and we want to simplify it into an equivalent fraction? For instance, if I had the fraction, let's try this, 2/8. Now, as we know, if it's an even number, we could divide it by what? By 2's, that's right. So if we're going to divide the bottom part by 2, we have to divide the top part by 2. We have to divide the numerator, okay? We have to divide both sides by the same number. So 2 divided by 2 equals? 1. 8 divided by 2 equals?
4.
So we know that 2/8 equals 1/4. Now, this same thing works if we have another even number that's bigger, 4/16. But here's the kicker. Before you go, okay, I'm just going to divide this by 2, which if we divide by 2 would be 2/8. Let's see if we can divide the denominator by the numerator. Because if we can, then we can divide the numerator by itself. Can we divide 16, the denominator, by the numerator?
Yes.
Oh, really? So, okay, well, what's 16 divided by 4 equal?
4.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, then we have to divide the,
Top number by
the numerator by the same number. So what's 4 divided by 4?
1.
We skipped this step. Okay, now this only works on even numbers dividing by 2. Okay, however, the rule that we had where we divide the denominator by the numerator does apply to odd numbers. For instance, if I have 3/9. Now this is not an even number, so we cannot divide it by 2. But what can we divide it by?
3.
We can divide it by 3. So the numerator can go into the denominator. So let's divide it by 3. What's the top number? 3 divided by 3 equals?
1.
9 divided by 3 equals?
3.
And that is how we can find equivalent fractions. I did say we were going to show the number line, right? Okay, so the only thing the number line is really going to help us with is if we have 2 number lines that are the exact same length, so that we could see 1/2 can also equal 1, 2, 3, 2 fourths. Do you see? They line up. Right? But as long as you follow the rules, you'll be able to find equivalent fractions. So, like I said, one more time. If we have an already simplified fraction, we can find an equivalent fraction by doubling it.
Playing request for 19PB2_LT.
Thanks, Alexa. Be quiet. Now, that works with odd numbers too. And remember, if we want to simplify a fraction, let's say 2/16, we can divide it by 2 if it's an even number, or to see if the numerator goes into the denominator, which it does. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 16 divided by 2 equals 8. 1/8. Please watch this video several times and follow along with your examples because you will need to. Thanks, guys, for participating.